In our housing forged configuration, we also want to change the dimensions of the inner diameter of the front cut and the inner diameter of the side cut. A shaft is going to go into the side cut, so we want this diameter, the final diameter, to be machined so that we can get the precision that we want. And we want the same thing for the inner diameter of our front cut to ensure that we will have enough clearance for our parts that are going to go through here. So let's go back to the Feature Manager design tree if we're not already there, and then double click on the feature that performed the inner diameter of the front cut, which for me it's cut extrude 2. For you it might be called something different. When you double click on that feature, you can see the dimensions that are associated with that feature, 2 and a 2.25 inches. So right click on the dimension and then click on Configure Dimension. This is going to show you a dialog box showing your different configurations in your model along with the value of the dimension you right clicked on. For our forged configuration, we're going to change this dimension to 2.2. So click inside the box where it says 2.25 and then type in 2.2. And then hit Apply and OK. What we'll also do is change this side diameter. I'm hovering over it. It says it's cut extrude 3 for me, so I'm going to go back to my Feature Manager design tree and then double click on cut extrude 3. Now another way where you can change the dimension for this configuration is you can double click on the dimension, and then when you get the modify dialog box, to the right you can select this dimension applies to this configuration only. By default all configurations is listed, but you can select this configuration and then change the value to 0.55. Now this tolerance seems a little silly for the forged model because this tolerance is nearly impossible for any forged or cast part. So we need to change this specifically for this configuration as well. What we'll do is we'll go to the property manager of that dimension, and how you get that to show up is you select the dimension and then the property manager shows up on the left. Under configurations, or where you see configurations, left click that button and then highlight this configuration. Hit OK and then change the tolerance to a symmetrical tolerance of 20 thousandths of an inch. 20 thousandths of an inch. And then hit the green check mark on the dimension property manager. And there is my new dimension and tolerance for the forged model. I can double check my two configurations by going back to the machined model and then double click on the cut extrude 2. Let's see if that is 2.25 still. Yep. And then on the cut extrude 3 for me, let's make sure that it's 0.575 minus nothing plus 5 thousandths. Yep, that's correct for the machine configuration. Now we'll go back to the forged configuration to double check to make sure that this is all correct. Yep, 2.2. And then for our side cut, 0.55 plus or minus 20 thousandths of an inch. Plus or minus 20 thousandths of an inch is pretty reasonable for cast and forged parts.